Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. We have a brand new player to grind for today with this Bundesliga league player Niederlechner, who is 89 rated, and that is worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way. I'm going to share with you a squad you can use to dominate this challenge. But before we begin, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. So I will say first and foremost, Niederlechner is 89 rated, so I would recommend completing them even if you're not going to use them in your starting 11. And the reason is we are only a week away from Team of the Season. And remember, during Team of the Season time, you get guaranteed Team of the Season packs with an SBC that you can do. But those are usually like 87 rated squads, 88 rated squads. So having more and more of these high rated cards will help you so much in completing those SBCs. So I just wanted to point that out. There's Niederlechner, there's Asensio. Now Asensio is only 88 rated, but still an 88 rated card with links, with Spanish and La Liga links, and an 89 rated card with German and Bundesliga links will go a long way to helping you complete those SBCs. But let's take a look at what you need to do. First and foremost, this is the main grind. Win 15 matches using only Bundesliga players in the starting 11 in the live FUT Friendly Managerial Masterpiece. If you have not played Managerial Masterpiece all year, you have to make some decisions because you can only take a 79 rated squad into that. I enjoy playing that mode, but I will show you. But you do have to be careful. So, I mean, if you, for instance, had Team of the Year Alphonso Davies and Team of the Year Kimmich and Team of the Year Lewandowski, you're really not going to be able to take all three of those in there because you have to pick and choose what you want to take. So, just wanted to point that out if you haven't played Managerial Masterpiece. But this is the main grind. Win 15 matches. I'll also point out, there is no reward for playing. So, sometimes we have it like win 10 and then play 20, something like that. This one, it's all about winning. So if you go behind 2 goals, just leave. We don't need to try to fight these out. I noticed on the grind for Asensio that it seems like people are back to fighting so hard at Managerial Masterpiece. But remember, these are friendlies. We're just trying to grind these objectives. If you fall behind 2 goals, I know on Asensio, I've had at least 4 people I've had a lead on. They've come back to tie the match, 1-1, 2-2, something like that, and they will leave immediately. And that's just wasting everybody's time. It's like, just please stop doing that. These are friendlies. Let's help each other out a little bit. But win 15 matches is the main grind. Score 30 goals using Bundesliga players. And the only thing to point out here, if you're someone who likes to bring on loan Mbappe, loan Maradona, loan Team of the Year Messi, those are not Bundesliga players. So if you're banging in all your goals with them, you're not getting any progress towards this goal, towards this objective. Same thing with this one, assist 20 goals using Bundesliga players. So just make sure you're using some of your Bundesliga players to both score and assist so you can be progressing towards this objective. Next one, score an outside of the box goal using Bundesliga players in 4 separate matches. Now this one can be a little bit frustrating, mainly because it's inconsistent. I have the most success when I do finesse shots outside of the box, and finesse shot modifier is RB or R1 if you're on PlayStation. Hold that in and then hold it in while you power up the shot. Keep holding it in. It'll do kind of that side foot animation and just kind of curl it around the keeper. That's where I have the most success with long shots. I know some other people may just take a direct long shot. I don't have a lot of success with those, but the finesse shots I do have some success with. It's just that they're a little bit inconsistent, especially when you're playing with some of these Managerial Masterpiece players who maybe aren't the 90 rateds or the 92, 93, 94 rateds that we start to get used to at this time of the year. So it's just mildly frustrating. It's inconsistent, but if you just keep trying to bang them in, you'll get them. It's also frustrating because sometimes maybe you'll have a 1-goal lead and you're like, gosh, I just need an outside of the box goal, and you try 5 of those and you miss all 5 good opportunities, and then your opponent ties you and now you're messing up your win. So it's just a slightly frustrating, but just keep firing in those outside of the box chances. They will start falling in for you for sure. And next one is score a finesse goal. Same thing in 6 separate matches. Hold that RB, R1. Now, if you do your outside of the box goal with a finesse shot, then that will count for both outside of the box and finesse. Now, the finesse shot one is fairly easy to do. For me personally, it's just remembering to do it. For example, if you've got like a 2v0 on the keeper and you're passing to your other player for the sweaty goal, just make sure instead of just hitting the shoot button to tap it in, hold the RB, R1, and then hit the B button to tap it in with the finesse shot. Or if you've got that good opportunity inside the box, just hit the finesse shot instead of just a regular B. So this one's not that hard to do for me personally. It's just remembering, oh yeah, I need finesse goals, so let me just make sure I hit the finesse shot modifier. So if you complete all of those, you will get 5 75 plus rated rare players, and I would recommend just holding on to those until Team of the Season. We're only a week away from the Team of the Season Community Squad. Usually those are slightly easier to pack, so maybe, I mean, somebody's going to pack something epic from one of those. It may as well be you, so I would hold on to all of those until Team of the Season. The Niederlechner, we'll take a look at his card in just 1 second. It's a solid card. I guess let's go ahead and take a look at Niederlechner, and I'll show you the team that I'm recommending to use for this. And the first team that I'm putting up here, this is basically, if you just start at FIFA or if you need some cheap options, then this is going to be a great way to start. But let's take a look at Niederlechner first and foremost. Look at his card. It's not a bad card by any means. High work rate. So he is 6'2", but he actually has decent agility. And sometimes when those taller players have decent agility and balance, they feel reasonably responsive. So for the last couple years in FIFA, that's been the taller players that seem to be at a disadvantage, but when they have decent agility and balance, they sometimes respond. Now, 3-star skill moves, we pretty much really want 4-star skill moves this year to feel good in the box, but looks like a fairly solid card overall, but definitely wish it could have been a little bit more. He does have one of those weird acceleration to sprint speed spreads that we talk about from time to time, where he's 84 acceleration but 93 sprint speed. So if you put a hunter on him, then he's going to go to 94 acceleration, but then you're using some sprint speed. You're losing some points on sprint speed because it will only go to 99. But if you put an engine on him or something to try to boost up some of that passing, boost up some of that dribbling, then his agility is only going to 89. So it's a little bit of a weird spread. I would probably put either a hunter or an engine on him, depending on how he's going to feel for you in game. But I feel like his dribbling would actually be pretty nice with an engine, so he maybe would be fun to try. Plus, he's got good stamina, good heading accuracy, good strength, good aggression, which can come in handy. And with an engine would make his dribbling really strong. His shooting is already really nice, so I think that could be a lot of fun to play with him on an engine. So that's probably what I would recommend playing him with if you're going to play him. As far as player traits, completely empty. So he doesn't have anything like finesse shot trade or outside the foot shot or anything like that. But still going to be a solid card. But I would say ultimately this Niederlechner is going to have value to you for another 89 that you can use into an SBC. So I would recommend him for that. Now, as far as this base squad goes, now I've had some people ask me before, what is the cost of the team? I actually put everybody into FUT before I did this. Now, some of these may go up a little bit in value right now as it first comes out to markets, because people would go and try to buy a few of these players to get their teams going, so the price could go up a little bit, but it was right around 24,000 coins for this entire team. So I've tried to factor that in, factor in the price. So as far as these base cards go, we've got Hwang Chan at striker, Rashika at striker, left mid Leon Bailey. Now I feel like Hwang Chan and Leon Bailey are must-haves for this team. They have great pace, great movement, they work out really well. Hwang Chan is only 77 rated, Leon Bailey's only 80 rated, and they play really well for that. So I feel like those two are must-haves. Same with Alphonso Davies for his cost, with that pace, with that movement. Sometimes I even move Alphonso Davies up into an attacking position. So, you know, because sometimes your left backs are important, but sometimes you don't want your best player, your best moving player to be your left back. So sometimes I move them into the midfield, sometimes I move them on the wing and try to take advantage of that pace. In the middle of the park, I really love this Limer card and Zakaria. Both of these are really, really strong cards that I recommend both of those a lot. If you don't want to put the money into Zakaria, who I want to say was right around 5,000 coins when I looked, you could certainly get Emre Can's 82 rated card, but also fill in really nicely in that position. On the right side, Bellarabi. There's just not a lot of great right mids, right wings from the Bundesliga, but Bellarabi is the best option out of ones that aren't highly rated. There is also Sancho and Gnabry and some other options like that, but Bellarabi, for being 82 rated, will certainly do you a good job. At the back, I would put Klosterman in that must-have category again. He's 80 rated as a center back, but he plays far above and beyond an 80 rated card. So Klosterman, I say, is a must-have. I'm pairing him with Lucas Hernandez. Now that we can have a 79 rated squad, we can take a little bit more into the center back position, have a little bit more. Sometimes I've had like that 76 or 77 rated Stark in that position. But now we can have an 82 rated there, and Lucas Hernandez would fit in really nicely. And then Mbabu on the right side, I think, is an outstanding right back for a 79 rated card. Keeper, I'm going with Hradeski, but if you want to save, like for example, if you've got some highly rated cards, you could certainly take this down to even the Neubel, that 75 rated Bundesliga goalkeeper. So I'm going to put Hradecki up there because I think he's a good keeper, but this is certainly a slot that you have some manipulation with. Now, I do want to point out, now you really, when you build your clubs out, make sure you have 365 rated silvers on your subs. This is what helps bring the rating down. So, also, with that being said, you want 475 rated golds on the bench if you want to do starters, unless you want to have an insane super sub. The good thing about this team is you are able to have an insane super sub. So say you want to have loan, or if say you have loan Mbappe, or have regular Mbappe, or just have a really strong like 90, 91 rated card, you can put them on the subs bench. Notice I moved Huntelaar over here, a 90 rated card. You can certainly have him there on your subs bench, and you're still 79 rated. If you look in the top left, it's still 79 rating. So that's very important to have that. Now, I will also point out a couple cards here that you may want to think about or factor in. I put this one out here so you can have the cheapest possible team. I want you to have an option out there if, for example, you started the game yesterday, or say you've got a couple strong cards at striker, but you need to think of some ideas for the rest of it. But a couple other cards to think about if you wanted to spend a few coins. There's a FUT birthday Hwang Hee-chan that's not going for a ton of coins. Let me just put him out here for a second so you guys so I can show you this. This Hwang Hee-chan FUT birthday card is a really, really strong card. Not going for a ton of coins for what he can do. He would still even make a great super sub. So you can see we went from a 77 Hwang Hee-chan to the 85, and we're still at the 79 chemistry. So let me put that back here. And let me just go back to my Bundesliga one. And the other thing I want to point out, the one I am using is this Wants to Watch Hwang Hee-chan. That's the exact same as his gold. I just didn't have the gold one in my club at the moment. I think I've used them when I did those 81 plus player picks. But it's still a great option. Just get the 77 rated gold Hwang Hee-chan. It's the exact same card as this Wants to Watch card. Now, another thing you want to take a look through your club. If you still have this Future Stars Rainier, which I had him for a little bit, but I put him into some SBC, you can easily put Rainier in this squad, and you're still, notice, that's a 79, top left, still 79 rated. Or, for example, if you've got this Bender card, you can put him in your team. So you have some wiggle room. So take a look. So what I recommend is kind of use this club as a base. Then search your club for Bundesliga options and see what you have that you could kind of work in to strengthen it out a little bit. And that's going to give you the best. One other thing I want to point out, if you have this Bibu card, or if you want to buy this Bibu card, he is, I want to say 40,000 coins. An insane card to have to just use out here. You could have Hwang Hee-chan and Bibu out here just would dominate. It's a really strong card if you want to spend a few coins out there. But, obviously, if you don't want to put the coins in, this team will work just fine. But that was one that was worth mention. But anyways, boys, this is going to wrap it up for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. Check the description. Join my Discord. But I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.